Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Navigating Your Unretired Life. Today we're going to be talking about AARP's 15 part-time jobs with no college degrees required. This is an article that we found as we were talking about some other parts of this AARP area here. But this is going to be kind of a point of departure to kind of raise a point and to help tell our bigger story here. So here we go. So we're talking about navigating your unretired life. These are AARP's 15 part-time jobs with no college degree needed, but much, much more. But before we get into this, you should probably know where I'm going with this with my channel called Navigating Your Unretired Life. The story we need to tell. I'm being called to tell about navigating our unretired life. Do you know that there are 12,000 people turning 65 a day? Um, who are going into retirement only to discover that after the honeymoon is over, is that they still need to have more money to live out the rest of the 20 or 30 years rest of their lives because people are living longer. So conventional ideas and expectations about work and retirement are being challenged right now. And so there's kind of a wake up call to say, what are we going to do now? How can we navigate our lives here? And so that really opens up the opportunity of navigating unretirement in a whole new creative phase that's more fruitful and fun. That's what we're charged to also provide. And so if you stick with me, we're going to do that. New World Communications is the name of my company. It's a remote consulting practice and virtual enterprise that's almost 3 decades old. And we deliver the mission critical learning a new world of unretirees needs, driving net new revenue. And we all live happily ever after, not only by just surviving, but also thriving. But this is no fairy tale. It sounds like a fairy tale, but this is real. And we are really helping build these three legs of the retirement stool back. So it's not so wobbly here with additional income and a whole new transformation of society. So let's look at those 15 part-time individual worker jobs offered by AARP. And I want you to think about these, and what it costs, the cost of living today and what they're paying you. An administrative assistant, the average wage is 21.29 per hour. Customer service representative is 18.16 per hour. Data entry clerk is 16.74 per hour. Home health aide is $14.51 per hour. Insurance claims investigator is $34.63 an hour. And nanny average wage is $22 per hour. A pet groomer is averages $14.32 per hour. A real estate agent average wage is $25.02 per hour. Receptionist is $16.33 per hour. A school bus driver is $20.39 per hour. A secretary is $21.29 per hour. A security guard is $15.88 per hour. A shuttle driver is $16.83 per hour. A tutor, his average is $21.55 an hour. And a web designer is $38 per hour. And what's really interesting about this is these are only 15. There are unlimited number of jobs available, but you have to have the right mindset and the right approach and some new skills that relate to being in a 21st century world that can really help. So these are what the average individual workers are paid, managed by others. But what if you are the manager of individual workers? Here's a kind of nice, instructive lesson offered by Stephen R. Covey in the book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. A worker invests 1 hour of effort to produce 1 unit of results, assuming no loss in efficiency. However, a manager on the other hand, can invest 1 hour of effort and produce massive units of output. And that has to do with the approach. That has to be doing things a certain way. What if you had a way to manage hundreds of workers and even paid them better than this? And what if you created a powerful enterprise that's shared the gains more equitably? That's just kind of a thought. Well, amazing things can happen once you start walking through the virtual door. That's what's happened to me starting years ago. Uh, I was working with first generation internet conferencing, where you had to load software on a server at $60 a month, and you had to install the software on local computers that corporations would not allow. So this was kind of a dead end street, though the concept was really, really, really important. So I underwent a kind of epiphany. An epiphany is where you had this kind of almost spiritual awakening, an insight, download of amazing things. And I said to myself, after a few days of working with this stuff, that I was meeting inside of virtual architecture. And to get there, all I needed to do was to log in, and to get back is to log off. So it was like virtual transportation. And so, with that in mind, I mean, I tried to explain this to other people who didn't have this experience, and so they kind of looked at me like I was kind of a space cadet. But I proceeded. I said, "So what I need to do is teach people how to do this and continue growing with the evolution of the technology." And that's exactly what I've been doing. So the result has been New World Communications, my remote consulting practice and virtual enterprise that I've been developing. And during that time, I said to myself, to teach people and to get people to understand what I'm doing, I'm going to first of all develop a manager's guide to developing business for a 21st century world. And I published this and made an offer on LinkedIn for people to see this and to inquire about our services. And that really, really worked. I actually also did an explainer video services where I actually created a fictitious CEO who read our article and came to us for help with a whole plate full of issues. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you where we're going now. We're now niching down to deal with boomers because boomers really need the most help. It seems like being left behind. And I know the most about them because I'm a boomer myself, and I'm going to show you what we're doing with the Unretiree's Guide for developing business in the 21st century world. So we've made this as a free downloadable guide that it's there to introduce you. So welcome. This guide was created especially for unretirees, retired folks now having to navigate their unretired lives and make ends meet by learning and mastering powerful net new ways to make money. Here are some powerful, ultra affordable, ultra eco-friendly online technologies that we've been working with that you can use to do that. And they are also great for our planet with near zero carbon footprint. Behind me, that's my virtual office. Actually, I'm working from home with my feet firmly on the ground. And this is something you can do if you have a computer. Also, if you have a cell phone, a smartphone, there's some amazing things that we're talking about doing with the smartphone as well. By the way, our guide looks just as good on your smartphone now as it does on your computer here. So anyway, here's our table of contents. You can see we got about 18 pages of great stuff here. We start by introducing people to Google Workspace, which is formerly called Google Apps. Google Workspace is a mega powerful, ultra portable, well integrated business suite of online applications for working online from a startup to scaling to a global enterprise with multiple locations across the planet. This is an ultra affordable, smart, well-supported way to put your business in the cloud that includes mail, chat, docs, slides, meet, forms, and more. We're going to go over in our training, we're going to go over each one of those applications and what's in it for you. What's really important, or really people don't realize, is that if you get an affordable account, start with an affordable account, that includes an easy to learn and administer Google Sites website builder that includes even hosting of the website and even the app sheet application builder. And Gemini, Google's new AI assistant option, can even be prompted to build apps using AppSheet. And there's an excellent support ecosystem to help you with that if you need to. But just right out of the box, it is ultimately powerful. And this is way, it's a great collaboration tool with people, a staff of people, with volunteers or co-creators of content. It's just amazing. And it's a great, well kept secret. A lot of people know about personal Gmail and stuff, but this is corporate. So you can go put this behind your domain name, Neural.com, for instance. Our whole website, we built it ourselves, is actually using the Google Sites, using Google Workspace and the Google Sites website builder. Then we started with building advanced responsive web design sites. Actually, when more and more people began using mobile instead of their computer screens, we actually had to work with technology that was responsive, meaning that whatever device it did, it would give you the format for that device. So if you're using a smartphone, it would give you the smartphone display. If you're using a computer, it would show the larger display. And that technology has really, really changed now. So we're doing that, and it's become so easy. You don't even have to write code to create a website any longer. And there's optional search engine optimization implementation that's also possible. So let's talk. Then there's YouTube programming and channel development services. I've learned just by studying this that in terms of optimizing for your business, with search engines, it's probably best to start using YouTube to grow business. And YouTube is the world's second largest search engine. People are actually searching for solutions on YouTube. And so if you study YouTube and learn how to talk to the algorithm so you can get found, and amazing things can happen. So we're taking another pass at this. This is one of the reasons why we're doing this, is that we see a whole bright new future for us and other people by learning YouTube programming and channel development in a second pass. It's the world's second largest search engine next to Google search, and is by far the best way to get known, liked, trusted, and tried by delivering valuable content upfront that creates influence, drives sales of your product service offering. And with the right training, support, and third-party resources, you can use YouTube to grow significant business, and over time, with consistent effort, have tremendous impact. That's what we're doing. This is a shout out too for Sean Connell's Video Ranking Academy. Ranking means that if you're searching on YouTube and you have top video ranking, they'll find you on that first page of search. And I challenge you to go ahead and use my search term, Navigating Your Unretired Life, by searching it on Google or on YouTube search engine, and you'll see that we have top ranking currently in our category. Even with few subscribers, we just launched this, and with few views, but we're going to keep on keeping on and become the major force in navigating your unretired life. Okay, so here we go. So we're also now related to that is email marketing. Email marketing can be especially powerful when integrated with customer service or customer relationship management applications and other architectures. Embedding links to YouTube videos in your email sends can also boost your views, subscriptions, and sales. We also have to create good reason to subscribe to your list, not send spam, but have great content that people want to opt in to receive more of. That's what we're about. So we're working on that. And then there's explainer video services. Uh, as I mentioned before, we looked at to reach corporations that needed to upgrade their whole approach to people and the environment and to business. So we actually created a fictitious CEO Dave to come to us after reading our LinkedIn articles on developing business in the 21st century world. Selling himself on the idea of him needing to do virtual focus groups and strategic planning to get a handle on what's going on with his company, with the performance of his company in multiple areas. So we actually found an application that can do 3D scenario-based learning just by typing in what your 3D characters say inside of excellent scenes. Providing explainer video services is a great way to work from home and make great money. Uh, if when you download this and you click here, you can experience the video series that we produced where our CEO Dave of ABC Corp comes to us for help with a whole full plate of issues impacting his company's performance and bottom line. So that's something to really take a look at. When you visit our website and you click here, after downloading this, you'll see what we're doing with him. And it's really fun and exciting and really rapid. And then we now have adopted our first avatars. These are avatar assistants. It's now possible to create a staff of human-looking, talking avatar assistants to assist you in growing new business in a growing number of new ways using new interactive technologies. You can design whole presentations, write what your avatar say, and then have them say it even in sync with slide changes. And advanced conversational interactivity and automated processes are now possible. We're working on them. See our avatar assistant, Imani Jones, that's Imani there, and our CEO, Dave, helping us out. He's talking about doing virtual focus groups because he's benefited from them, at least fictitiously. So that's something to really take a look at. This is net new, really, really fun, and very remunerative financially. Then there's virtual focus groups and strategic planning services that we are just talking about. Every business, no matter how large or small, or for profit or nonprofit or government agency, can benefit from using virtual focus groups and strategic planning services to get on target and be spot on with the people they serve. What's new is that now doing focus groups and strategic planning is radically more affordable and powerful than most more cost prohibitive physical world focus groups where they had to have these rooms with the mirror, behind the mirror, and all that kind of stuff. And now you can be more out front with it and do this globally across the whole planet. So I am so stoked, and this is something that you can get involved with as well, facilitating, setting those meetings up, and enjoying the revenue from that. Then that's related to that is virtual organizational development series services. New World Communications has been a front runner in having appreciative inquiry organizational development interventions to do even more good in a more timely way, simultaneously across entire enterprises using new ultra affordable, ultra eco-friendly, near zero carbon footprint technology. So talk to us about doing virtual organizational development and what's in it for you. Then we go to another extension of further virtual enterprise development after putting our things in the cloud. Once you put your business applications in the cloud using Google Workspace and are ready to take a next step as your avatar self, you may want to explore where I've been going as my avatar self on Verbella, a robust corporate metaverse experience of three-dimensional buildings and customizable avatar people. That's me over here. That's my avatar self, where even virtual world and hybrid world events are possible. If you click on this link, you can take a tour. I've done this on YouTube. And let's talk if you're interested in this. I'm building a whole enterprise. This is me in my virtual office suite. By the way, just from a sense of cost, I had a, a 10 office suite here with a place for a virtual assistant and all of that for the cost the cost of the whole office suite with all these virtual offices was less than the monthly cost of a physical world parking space in downtown Seattle or downtown San Francisco or any large corporation, so a corporate entity. So anyway, I just want you to know this is an amazing new evolving technology. If you look over here, when I started working with Google Earth and SketchUp software, I had a developer do this concept for what I call Platform Seattle, which had envisioned some kind of an island kind of entity here off of Elliott Bay, virtual Elliott Bay here, that you could meet inside of and do things. And I had a friend, so this is way back, 2006. I'm going to visualize this. And then a friend of mine in 2020 said, Johnson, have you seen Verbella? And I went online and found this image. Look at this, how similar they are. This is an early concept of Verbella that actually has those buildings and actually has that, beyond my wildest dreams, extra functionality here. And here I am inside of my virtual office suite. This is very exciting. And I'm just dying to show it to you if you're ready to kind of learn and explore what it could be in this for you. Then there's online workshops and courses that these are all how-to courses. So our goal for these courses is to train and empower you to do some of these services. And every service here is a potential revenue stream for you at a much higher rate of pay than what I showed you from those kind of traditional jobs that they thought, well, only, those are jobs that maybe we can get seniors to do. But no, there's more, depending on your mindset and the kind of support that you can get. So anyway, online workshops and courses are big reach, powerful, and affordable ways to ramp up. They empower whole new groups of people locally, regionally across the planet. There are also new learning management system and AI assisted platforms that can deliver the learning in novel, very effective, and gameful ways. Enrolling in free and affordable fee-based online workshops and courses can drive whole net new revenue streams for you. So let's talk. And related to that is instructional design services. I actually have taught in the physical world years ago. I taught political science and even ethnic studies way back before people were talking about diversity and inclusion and equity, DEI rather. And so one of the things I noticed that corporate e-learning really is pretty challenged here. They haven't figured out how to work with people and to co-create learning that's more effective for the enterprise and for the planet. And so I'm kind of working on a whole new emergent set of instructional design services that can be deployed that has the power to transform entire enterprises locally, regionally across the planet. And New World Communications is in the process of rethinking corporate training to be more effective via the new co-created learning. For more info, let's talk. Now, I also encountered age discrimination. So therefore, if I'm an unretiree, a boomer here, I want to find other boomers who have these skills. Maybe you're an old teacher or trainer and haven't really jumped into this whole training on YouTube and with new technology and new ways where you can work from the convenience of your home and have a really good life. You can do this part-time or full-time, depending on what you could manage other people. This is going to be amazing opportunity for you. And people then are asking us, well, Johnson, I know you're doing all this virtual stuff, but we have a significant investment in physical world events. We're spending a whole lot of money going to third-party conferences and trade shows, and we're booking stuff at the Washington State Convention Center. Well, I spent a whole year there just to learn about how the physical world event, a business marketplace worked. And do you know that of all the people, the audience that these people have potentially to serve and reach, only 10% can afford to travel to physical world events around the country, and all the cost of the hotels and the transportation, the per diem costs, and the cost away from their regular place of business is just really, really not that cost effective. And we can do this by not taking anything away from them, but adding value to those events to have the other 90% maybe log in in real time and also record these sessions. I noticed that the only thing they could do is after they had these presentations, maybe gave people a PowerPoint slideshow, and people don't retain that kind of learning that well. And so they kind of start all over again. So we're really changing the game by physical world live event streaming services can really add a lot of value. And it's a hybrid world approach. It's not taking anything away from physical world events. So stick with us and let's talk. And all of this kind of relates to our mobilization campaign services. Once people get to know, like, trust, try, buy our services, and maybe buy again, they may say, well, look, Johnson, I know you've got all these things and you have this mobilization campaign services. We can do whole campaigns, and this is like tentpole marketing here. And look at all the things that spin out of this. People get enabled. Thanks to COVID, a lot of people now walking through the virtual door over Zoom or Teams or whatever. And we can now do business development meetings over that. We can be social meeting. I've met people from across the planet over this technology. We can use YouTube to grow business. We can do virtual business casuals. These are like really fun events at restaurant happy hours with talented people streaming live. And some of the audience is in the club, but or restaurant, but a lot of the audience is virtually there, coming in remotely, enjoying, TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Then there's a critical conversation series. These are well-structured programs that really talk about the things we need to be talking about, particularly now in the 21st century world. And we're going to showcase the world's best consultants here. So we're building a whole world-class consulting practice, people who have written books and authoring. And we think we know that new social ventures will be spinning out of this, as well as rethinking education itself from the ground up, from the family on up to the highest corporate or even multinational institutions. And out of this also will become primetime interactive reality television. We have a whole new way of expressing ourselves and of helping the world by producing primetime interactive reality televisions that's really good quality. Netflix and things like that, Apple TV, and we're going to outreach to really, really some veteran filmmakers and retired public television people to create a whole nother collective of organization here. So stick with us and check with us because we have not stopped. And that arrives at the end of those conferences. They culminate in the series of quality assurable events that can arrive at big reach, learning rich virtual conferences and trade shows that people will write home about for generations to come. While radically reducing costs, they also afford the opportunity of generating significant revenue from multiple revenue streams such as virtual booth rentals, advertising, and sponsorship. Wow. If you visit our website, you can actually take a tour of our platform services, a virtual conference and trade show platform services here. So we're doing this in a really good way. We can also work with whatever platform that you may be working with, but we have a really cost-effective way to do this. And we're using Zoom, but we have a kind of experience that feels like a physical world experience with the virtual conference hall, a virtual workshop, a whole meeting center, and virtual booths, and all of that kind of thing. So it's really neat. And then this is all related to global strategic partnership building services. The whole thing is there to build partnerships across the planet, across generations, across communities, across market sectors, across our entire planet using this new technology. And so talk to us about this because we can go all the way into people's homes now. We can reach them on their mobile devices. Even if they're not technology enabled, we can actually have teams record content and then show them in the field, over battery power and all that. And more satellite stuff is coming to even the most remote areas of the world. So where do you get started? Well, you get started by virtual consulting services here that we offer here. We can meet online face to face with you and others from across the planet simultaneously inside of next generation, ultra affordable, ultra eco friendly, near zero carbon footprint virtual architecture for phenomenal advantage. Call or text us today and let's meet. For more information and to schedule a complimentary 30-minute consultation, call or text us at that number or email us and visit us at newworldcom.com and go to our contact us page and request an available meeting time. So this is a good time to stop by. Share. Again, I really encourage you to give us a call because we can support you really well. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun in this whole new phase of navigating your unretired life. You can text or call me at 206-920-8067. You can email me at support@newworldcom.com. You can visit my website at newworldcom.com and go to see our services and schedule request a complimentary Zoom call with you and key members of your group. So let's do it. We can do this together and have a whole lot of fun as we help you navigate this third act of your life. Thank you so much.